Okay, let's be real. Are you totally tired of the hassle and the long lines involved in paying your property taxes? Well, what if I told you that you could easily manage the whole shebang right from the comfort of your own couch with just a few clicks? If you own property in Kenosha County, Wisconsin, you already know tax season can bring a mountain of paperwork and honestly, a lot of confusion. But here's the good news. The county has actually streamlined their digital systems to make this process incredibly efficient.
Welcome to this complete explainer on mastering the Kenosha County online property tax system. Understanding the ins and outs of this portal is going to save you time, save you money by avoiding unnecessary fees, and give you absolute peace of mind. We're going to walk through the entire process step by step. Let's dive in.
Here is our quick game plan for today. We'll cover 1. Kenosha property tax basics, 2. Preparing to pay online, 3. Navigating the payment portal, 4. Choosing your payment method, and finally, 5. Deadlines and late penalties.
Starting right off with Section 1, Kenosha Property Tax Basics. So, the biggest gotcha in the Kenosha County system is that the people who actually collect your taxes change depending on exactly where you live. It's a bit like a jigsaw puzzle. The city of Kenosha and the village of Pleasant Prairie, they collect all 3 of their installments directly at their own municipal offices all the way through July 31st. But if you live in literally any other municipality in Kenosha County, your local town or village treasurer only collects that first installment during the winter grace period. After that, they hand over all collection authority directly to the county treasurer. So it is absolutely crucial that you verify your specific jurisdiction before making a payment, just so your funds don't get routed to the wrong place and bounced right back. Moving right along to Section 2, Preparing to Pay Online. Before you even open a web browser, you're going to need 3 specific things sitting on the desk right in front of you. First up, grab your actual physical tax bill so you can find your unique 13-digit parcel identification number, or PIN. This number is the key to making sure your payment actually applies to your specific property. Next, have your payment details ready to go, so either your bank's routing and account numbers or a credit card. And finally, figure out exactly which email address you want to use. Make sure it's a valid one because this is where they're going to send your crucial digital receipt.
Okay, Section 3, Navigating the Payment Portal.
Honestly, navigating the system is super user-friendly. You'll start by visiting propertyinfo.kenoshacounty.org/login and make sure you type that exact official address. Once you land there, you're going to see a prompt to log in. But here's the absolute best part. You don't even need to create an account or try to remember some new password. Nope, just click the blue Guest Sign In button. It'll ask you to accept the website's terms and bam! You are taken straight to the search bar to find your parcel. Once you pull it up, click the Taxes tab, double-check your amount, and hit Add to Cart. Now, if you're having a little trouble getting your property to show up, remember this golden rule for the county database. Less is more. Seriously, if you try typing out your full address, a tiny abbreviation difference, like typing ST instead of spelling out street, can throw a huge error. So just use a single identifier, like only your street name or only your house number. Oh, and here's a great pro tip straight from the source. If your property is in the city of Kenosha and you're searching by that 13-digit PIN we talked about, you absolutely have to include the hyphens exactly as they appear on your bill or the system just won't recognize it.
Next up, Section 4, Choosing your payment method.
Okay, when it's time to actually process your payment, there are some massive financial pitfalls you'll want to avoid. You see, these portals are run by third-party processors, which means convenience fees are a thing. But the method you choose makes a world of difference. Paying with a credit card comes with a pretty hefty 3% surcharge on your entire bill, with a minimum fee of $2.95. On the flip side, if you pay with an electronic check or e-check, which really just means typing in your checking account routing and account numbers, it costs a flat fee of just $1.50, and that's regardless of how big your tax bill is.
To really put that into perspective and show you why you should pretty much always use an e-check, let's look at a standard $5,000 property tax bill. If you swipe a credit card for that, the 3% fee is going to cost you an extra $150 right out of pocket. But if you just take an extra 30 seconds to pull out your checkbook and type in the routing numbers for an e-check, your fee drops down to a mere $1.50. That is a massive savings just for clicking the right button at checkout.
All right, Section 5, Deadlines and Late Penalties.
Understanding these dates is hands down the most critical part of managing your property taxes. For almost everyone, January 31st is the magic date. Whether you're paying the whole thing off at once or just making that first installment, it has to be finalized by January 31st.
Now, if you live in the city of Kenosha or Pleasant Prairie, your second installment is due April 30th, and the final one is July 31st. For all other county municipalities that use the two-payment system, your final payment is due July 31st. And I literally cannot stress this enough. If that very first payment is not made by January 31st, state law immediately voids all of your installment options. Gone. The entire remaining balance becomes due right then and there.
And if you miss these deadlines and your options are voided, your balance becomes delinquent. The penalty for this is just staggering. Delinquent taxes get hit with a combined interest and penalty rate of 1.5% per month. That translates to an 18% annual penalty. And honestly, it gets worse. If you miss a later installment, that 18% penalty gets computed all the way back to February 1st. It snowballs incredibly fast, which is exactly why paying on time online is just so crucial.
Now, you might be thinking, hey, I'll just drop a physical check in the mail on January 31st and call it a day. Well, actually scratch that. Think again. The Wisconsin Department of Revenue has explicitly warned that the U.S. Postal Service recently shifted their postmarks to regional sorting centers. What does that mean for you? It means an envelope you drop in your neighborhood mailbox right on the due date might not actually get postmarked until days later. That makes your payment legally late and triggers that massive 18% penalty. Using the online portal completely eliminates that risk because it gives you immediate, time-stamped confirmation the exact second you hit submit.
And speaking of confirmation, once your online payment goes through, best practice is to immediately write down or screenshot your confirmation number. Also, a quick heads up for when you're balancing your checkbook later in the month, don't freak out when you check your bank statement. The charges are actually going to show up as two totally separate line items. You'll see one line for the actual tax amount that goes to the county, and a second, separate line for that tiny convenience fee we talked about.
Okay, let's do a quick recap. By jumping on the county's digital system, you are completely eliminating the headache of standing in long physical lines down at the treasurer's office. You're completely dodging the very real danger of lost mail or delayed postmarks triggering a ruinous 18% penalty. And by using that e-check option, you're processing a highly secure transaction from your living room for less than the cost of a cup of coffee. It truly is the ultimate, most efficient way to handle your property taxes.
Before we wrap up, please note that this explainer is based on current information available as of August 12, 2026, and may be subject to changes. Always verify details with the official Kenosha County website or contact their office directly for the latest updates.
So, the only question left is, are you ready to bypass the lines, skip the postal delays, and take full control of your property taxes right from your couch today? Go ahead and grab that tax bill, hop onto the portal using the guest sign-in, choose that e-check option, and cross this massive chore right off your to-do list with total confidence. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy learning!